How's it going, everybody? My name is just Jared, but you can just call me Jared, and welcome back to another video on Sorcery. Remember that roguelite melee-based action RPG I talked about a couple months ago that I couldn't stop praising? Yeah, that's the one. Well, the free demo is out now, and you can go play it on Steam, and you should go play it on Steam, after you've watched this video, of course. Let's talk about the demo. So yes, the two devs behind Sorcery have recently released their small taste of what the full game will have to offer ahead of their Kickstarter campaign that they plan to launch later in November. And let me tell you, this game is something special. I played through the demo a few times, died quite a lot as I learned the controls and enemy attacks, but had a really great time overall. Now, I've said before multiple times on this channel in the games we cover that I've grown quite tired of roguelites or roguelikes. Because of just how many there are now, the only way to truly get me into one again is to do something new or cool or unique, or just add loot to the game. That works too, that's literally all it takes for me, I'm a simple man. Sorcery has loot in the form of swords, tons of swords. We're talking dual blades, katanas, titan swords, my personal favorite, long swords, daggers, curved blades, tons of different sword classes, each with a variety of swords that all have their own attack speeds, combos, rarities, and sorcery powers, which is a unique power given to each blade. You find these blades throughout the game from chests, which you find via exploring different rooms, and also falling from the sky, as the game takes place during a cataclysmic event known as the World Rending, where a giant sword has plunged itself into the earth to drain its power, but bringing hundreds of smaller swords with it that your character can use to fight back the celestial evil that's in control of the giant sword stuck in the earth. After you clear certain rooms in the demo, a sword will fall from the sky, allowing you to add it to your sword inventory as another weapon in your unlimited sword arsenal. I won't go into too much detail about every single sword in the game or in the demo, because finding these swords and experimenting with their powers is one of the best things this game has to offer, so I won't spoil them here. But if you do want to see most of the swords in action, click the card at the top of the screen right here and it'll bring you to my other sorcery video where we take a look at most of the created swords so far. A few things stand out to me in this demo. One, the animations are superb, and that doesn't really surprise me because the two devs working on the game are animators. The animations of the enemies running away are hilarious, and the animation of the player character Colt, whether he's running, dodging, or swinging the multiple classes of swords, looks really clean. 2. The visual style of this game is right up my alley. The beginning biome, I guess, or the grassy forest-like area that the demo takes place in, heavily reminds me of another game I played a few years ago called Hob, a game that I bought art of to hang on my wall at home. Something I definitely could see doing with Sorcery if that ever becomes a purchasable product in the future, or maybe some sword art or sword concept art, that would be dope. And 3, the swords are very fun to experiment with, as I expected they would be. I found quite a few swords throughout my demo experience. Even some of the highest rarity swords are available to find, my favorite so far being the Legendary. Once I found that, I basically cruised through the demo after I had finally learned all the enemy attack patterns. Comboing certain swords with the passive upgrades you can find through an item called Ethereal Steel allows you to fixate on certain sword classes with class-specific upgrades, or you can pick a plethora of differing passives to increase your power with all sword classes, so no matter which sword in your inventory you're using, you'll always have an extra quirk or more firepower behind each swing. Celestial Flasks let you increase either your health, stamina, or sorcery, which also come into play while building out Colt how you want him to play. Early on in the demo, I was pouring everything into health because it's the only way to heal besides a one-time purchasable health potion in the safe zone of the game, but once I learned when to dodge and when to attack, and how to not fall into the many pits of spikes in the game, I was able to spec into stamina, for example, so I could swing my super giant sword more frequently. There are a few nitpicks I have of the demo, but nothing I'm really worried about, solely because of how early in development this game still is. This is not only a demo, but a demo before the Kickstarter campaign next month, before a possible early access, before a possible beta, before a full launch, so we are quite a while away from seeing the entirety of what Sorcery has to offer. offer, which I am excited as hell about because so far, in my opinion, there's no way this game doesn't do really well and absolutely pop off in the gaming space once it's fully released. I can 100% see this being one of those must-play roguelikes like we've seen in the past with Dead Cells or Hades. Go give the demo a try. It's free, it's on Steam. I'll leave the link to it in the description and the pinned comment, and if you like how the game looks or if you like the demo, I'll leave the link to the official Sorcery Discord as well, so you can jump in there and talk to the devs and talk to the community who's just as excited about this game as I am. If you enjoyed this video, I'd absolutely love it if you left a like, and if you want to have as much fun as this guy is having, then why don't you check out this playlist of other games similar to Sorcery that have tons of items and loot. It's a great playlist, I promise. Huge thanks to my Patreon supporters Kyle and Vanilla, both of you are awesome. Until next time everyone, thanks for watching, peace out.